Let's get to read on all of this with UBS Senior Vice President of Investments, Jim Lacamp. Tematica Research Chief macro strategist. He's big picture.
Not
macro.
macro.
I apologize, Lenore Hawkins, and the Daily Caller News Foundation Editor-in-Chief, Chris Bedford. Since I offended you, I want to begin with you, Lenore. I want to get your thoughts on that and what Larry Kudlow is saying with the administration is hoping what Republicans have been preaching is this is the wind at all of our political backs here. The improving economy, better than expected news out of retailers, Walmart included today, that this is what is going to drive up the numbers for us this fall. Do you buy it?
Well, on the one hand, Larry, there's some truth to what he says, but it's not really the whole picture. We just got the Bureau of Labor Statistics report on real weekly earnings. And for the 80+% of the population that's in the non-supervisory production staff category, they actually saw their real average weekly earnings decline 0.1% over last year. So that's not more money in your pocket from pay. What they do benefit from is the improvement in take-home because of the taxes. And we do see where consumer sentiment is much stronger. So if you have better sentiment, but your take-home pay is not so great, but you're feeling better, you're probably going to go shopping. And where are you going to go shopping? You're going to go shopping at Walmart, at Costco, at TJ Maxx.
You know, what do you think of that argument that the better things look for the shopper, the better things look for the party in power that wants the shopper? Jim?
Well, I think it speaks very well. I mean, look at Walmart's numbers. That showed a very, very nice increase, and it goes to what's going on in the economy. People feel better, whether it's businesses, business confidence still running at near an all-time high, or consumers. And absolutely, if you're spending more money, it shows that you're more confident. It's not just the economy, it's the market. People are seeing their 401k balances go up. They feel a little bit more flush. We've seen wages go up on a nominal basis, if not a real, and we've seen take-home pay go up again because of the tax cuts. So there's a lot of positive things going on economically. Sure, you can quibble with the housing numbers. You can quibble with this part of the economy or that part of the economy. But the reality is we're operating on a much higher level than we were, and it's showing up in the retail sales number. And what's interesting about the retail sales numbers is that people started spending money before their wages were actually going up, which, again, shows confidence. So I think we're doing pretty well, and it should show up in the election numbers.
Yeah, that's what a lot of Republicans are hoping. You know, Chris Bedford, I used that 2014 example where we saw year-over-year wage growth and real wage growth at that. Now, not to the degree we're seeing it now. I want to preface that, but it didn't help Democrats in the midterm. Now, there was carryover from the controversy of Obamacare and the health care law and frustrations with that. Similarly, there are frustrations with the president personally on the part of some, no, not all voters. I want to say that, and this ongoing noise on trade and everything else. How do you think it all sorts out?
I think you're right to point that out. This is not really going to help as much as it might in a general election, in the midterm election. The people who come out and vote in midterm elections are typically the bases of the party, the activists, the people who are more involved in the day-to-day, the people who are the conservatives or the liberals. And the liberals are completely on fire. They're not going to give any credit to President Trump, no matter what their take-home pay is. And the conservatives are typically more motivated by things like immigration and other issues, some of the hot-button issues that the Senate and the House have been pushing off, and House and Senate Senate leadership has been saying, we don't want any tough votes on this. Now, the people also often don't give their vote out for a good report card. They don't say thank you, but they do protect what they have. So if the Democrats continue to say, we're going to reverse this tax law that's adding 7 or 8 points to Americans' earnings, if they say they're going to reverse that, then that might be an issue Republicans can play up to say, hey, if you like that money in your pocket, vote Republican and you're going to lose it.
We shall see. Let me ask you, Lenore, about what happens on the trade front, too. We've got some promising signs this morning. One before the Walmart news came out, for example, that China was interested in sending a representative to Washington to talk trade. Now, they might not be the highest level officials, but it's the first time anyone's talked to anyone since the spring. So I'm wondering what you make of that. Obviously, European markets, upon hearing that, rebounded. And I'm wondering if that is factoring into this rally. What do you think?
Definitely. I mean, that is not good for anyone, for there to be this big trade war. And we've got a really critical game of chicken going on right now. China's economy, by a lot of measures, is not doing so great. But Chinese leadership, well, that guy, he's got the job for life, versus the Republicans who are facing right? The Republicans are facing those upcoming midterm elections, and they can't go to election with this being a mess because the Democrats, they are going to make hay out of those headlines of an ongoing battle.
You know, Jim, just the thought that the talks are going to resume doesn't mean that they're going to come to a deal. These aren't the highest level of talks, but again, talk. And I'm wondering what would be deemed success for this, for just the markets? You know, would it be just get this off the table as a problem, even though it might not be ideal, but it's better than what we have, just to remove this uncertainty? What do you think?
Well, a deal's going to get done. And the reason a deal's going to get done is because it's in everybody's best interest to get a deal done. In fact, behind the scenes in China, there's a lot of reports out that the hardline is not happy with the way Xi Jinping is negotiating this thing. And they're losing some business out to Vietnam. So there is a deal that's going to get done, and the markets are going to like it. Now, how long does that take, and does it start to impact our economy? We saw a big increase in the number of companies that talked about concerns over the trade wars in their earnings reports. And could that show up in growth numbers? It could. By the end of this year, we could see a temporary blip in U.S. growth because of just uncertainty and concerns and unwillingness to push forward business plans because we don't know what the playing ground is going to look like. But by the first quarter, I do think a deal will get done and our economy will continue to grow. It's kind of a Barry Bonds economy. It may be on artificial stimulus a little bit, but it's hitting a lot of home runs.
I see what you're doing there. You know, Chris Bedford, we should stress here we're in and out of session highs. Dow up about 400 points right now. I should point out that Boeing and Caterpillar, if you think about it, big players in the global trade arena, they're up respectively 3.5%, a little bit more than 2%. So that doesn't hurt matters any. Obviously, Walmart is contributing a good chunk of that as well. But there is optimism that a trade deal can be struck. How important is it? I know that with these trade deals, smart guys like you pick them apart and look at what did we get out of it, what did the Chinese get out of it. But I don't think they have to be off the charts great as long as there's something. And that alone could do the trick. What do you think?
Yeah. If you try to do these big, massive deals, these things, comprehensive immigration reform, a comprehensive trade reform, that's basically Washington, D.C. talk for never going to happen in our lifetime because you're not going to get everyone at the table on that.
That's almost as good as the Barry Bonds analogy.
We're on a roll today.
Yeah, we are on a roll. Lenore,
but
could
China
I ask
is a
you,
threat to America.
No doubt. But Lenore, let's say the talks fall apart and once again the acrimony and the charges back and forth ensue and we don't get anything before the midterms. Not that should be the golden deadline of the schedule. What do you think?
Yeah, well, I think these elections are going to be very different than what we've been seeing in the past. A recent Pew Research report showed that Americans, where we used to be kind of more centrist, so if you you were willing to reach across the aisle, you were willing to work with the other side, you got elected. And now more and more, the Republicans are further right, the Democrats are further left. So the guy that's in that middle, that guy that's really willing to work with the other side, that person has a much tougher time to get elected. And I think we're seeing that pan out when we look at these trade wars.
Well put. Guys, you all brought your A games today. Congratulations. So there's no prize for this, just the fact that you brought your A games. So way to go. Thank you very, very much, guys.